Good morning, Americans. This is your favorite alien on Sunday, June 6th, 2021. Wow, D-Day back in 1944, huh? And today, I'm sitting in for Paul Harvey with a special commentary on Americans. And most of you don't know this, so I hope you pay attention. Because you're on a crossroads here today that you got to decide what the hell you want to do and who the hell are you, because you don't know. Nobody knows what an American is, what an American should be, and if he or she is an American. And a lot of people aren't Americans. Even that are born here are not Americans. Because you got other issues and you got other factions that you adhere to more than you do being an American. And that's the problem. An American should be equal to a human. Okay? Human society and American society should be 100% equal. There shouldn't be any difference between a society of humanity and a society of Americans. It's like your system of government here. You got 50 states. Are they all the same? Well, no. Do they all want the same thing? I hope so, but nobody knows. What the heck is a Texan versus a Michigander or a Floridian versus a guy from Massachusetts? Really? See what I mean? And here's the problem. From 1776 to 1933, or 35, pardon me, you had nothing. You survived on your wits. There was no such thing as pensions, retirement. If you had money, you lived good. If you didn't, well. If you had money and you needed health, you had hospitals, so they called them. Were they good? Well, for the time, probably. Today, you could say they were disastrous. But back in the time from 1776 to 1935, hospitals were there for the money. If you had the money, well, they took care of the best they could with what they had. If you didn't have money, then you went to such places as sanitarians or asylums, for you would be incarcerated for the rest of your life. And as a human being, you were done. Same with your kids. If you had money, you sent them to prestigious schools, prep schools, and universities like Princeton, Columbia, stuff like that, if you had money. The ones that didn't went to a state school like Georgia, Michigan, as they were being formed, North Carolina, when the states formed those state schools. And most of them were in the middle to late 1800s. That's where most universities got formed. So you had a period that you only had maybe 10 universities at all there between 1776 and probably 1820 there. And for the people that got old, well, you were either thrown to the side and you died on the street, thrown to insane asylums where you died soon out of neglect, or killed. If you had money, you went to the sanitarian, you paid money. And a good sanitarian to tell you about would have been Dr. Kellogg's Battle Creek, Michigan Sanitarium. And Dr. Kellogg was the brother of Mr. Kellogg, who formed the Kellogg's cereal in Battle Creek, Michigan. Then in 1935, you started changing things. But if you were a kid, you had workhouses. If you were a bad kid, you didn't have what you call reform school until the 1900s. But you had workhouses all the way through the 1800s. uh, and orphanage. Well, yeah, those are bad. Today, 1935, with President Roosevelt, decided the New Deal, and that's like the Green Deal. It's come back to haunt you big time. And you created Social Security, where if you worked, you paid some money, and you got some due back from the government every year until you croaked. But you still didn't have nothing to do with health care and nothing to do with anything for you, just the money. 1965, they created Medicare. Yeah, that helped somewhat, but it still killed you. If you had money, you didn't have anything to worry about. If you didn't have money and you were just in a regular Joe Blow, well, by the time your work ended, you were dead. 2005, they started the Part B and Part C and D on Medicare, which we have as Advantage plans and all the other plans you got today. They pay some of the stuff, but it's still a killer because sometimes the hospital will deny you and you are entitled for the entire bill. You get to throw it in the hospital, and this is the problem. You're still on a money society, not a people society. You're on a politics society, a religion society, everything but people. That's what you are. People are used to fund what you need. Politicians need money, so they have donors, and they have people who go over there. Oh yeah, I hear what you say, and I will give you some money because I like what you say. Then you go in there and you become President Biden or President Trump, and you steer the country into bad things. So you got to decide what you want to be. You want to be a society of people, or a society of money, a society of status, a society of artificial means, which is what you are today. This is what you got to decide, Americans. What do you want to be? This is your favorite alien. Bubba is in St. Petersburg with my stepdaughter for now until they can take care of him, because I don't know how long I have, and neither does my wife. We may be here tomorrow, we may not. So if you're donating money to Republicans and Democrats, and you have it in your heart to donate money to a alien that really needs help, because my wife is in really serious condition, just set up something for your favorite alien here and let me know. Daniel DeGracia 358 at gmail.com. Any help would be appreciated. Then I know that you Americans really care about your fellow beings. Good day.